All right, we just got out of X-Men First Class. No kids movies to send Jared to this week, or Kristen Wiig movies. You gotta wait till the Smurfs.
Oh! Hey, Brian's coming with me.
All right, so who read the comic book?
We did.
Everyone?
Oh,
everyone except me.
Oh!
All right, so people who read and grew up with the comic books, what'd you think?
I very much enjoyed it.
I loved it.
As did I.
It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, saying one thing, if you go into it expecting it based on the continuity of the comic book, continuity of any of the numerous cartoons, or maybe the continuities of like Ultimate X-Men or all the different alternate universe X-Men, it's not that at all. It's in the alternate universe of the movies as a prequel of that, and it works very well with that.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Right. So if you're expecting, it to end with Lucifer paralyzing,
If you're expecting it to be end like Spawn, you're not gonna like it.
right? No, Lucifer who paralyzed Xavier's legs to begin with in the old '60s issues. You're not gonna get that, but it was still damn fucking cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, of the movies that we were looking at this summer, this was the one.
Better than Priest.
I haven't even seen Priest, and I'm sure it's better.
I already know I have Stool Drop is better than Priest. I haven't even seen that shit.
This is the one.
Taking a shit in the parking lot is better than Priest.
Or at least
I should know. I just took a piss in the parking
Taking a
lot.
piss in a McDonald's cup and
God.
almost bringing it back into the car.
I was gonna drink it.
I keep in mind, we had very cramped positions when we saw this movie.
yeah.
It was a packed fucking house, and only on one screen.
Right.
It was one screen. Hangover 2 got 4 screens. This one got 1. Everyone's cramped in there. We got there early enough.
11:30, 11:40.
No, we got there like
11:20?
We probably 11:30. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Yeah. So we had to sit in the second row right in front of the screen the whole movie. Something's going on over here. Whoa, shit, like that over here, just back and forth. Not only that, but was it just me, or was it 100 fucking degrees in that theater?
It's starting to get 100 degrees in this car.
Jesus fucking Christ! Oh yeah, roll some of the windows down. There you go.
Yeah, you are.
So, but anyway, Jared, what'd you think?
Okay,
Yeah, he's the guy he was like, I could feel like, and it wasn't because I was watching a movie with telepathy. I could feel like all the nitpicking he was like doing, like, because I was sitting next to him. I kept hearing like, why is he not in a wheelchair? He's walking through. Excuse me, where's Patrick Stewart? We all know that Jack Napier killed his mom. We all know this. Oh, this movie's just fucking everything up. And I'm sorry, wasn't Wonder Woman one of the X-Men? Jesus. Oh, fuck me. God, horrible movie. It's the worst adaptation since The Lawnmower Man. Anyway, I was fucking with you. Go ahead, I'm sorry. He doesn't need to go now.
He's like, I got nothing.
I've already said his review for him.
He's like, oh, you finished. Allow me to retort.
The end.
I miss the sturdy directorial hand of Brett Ratner on this movie. No, go ahead.
okay. I do have some nitpicking, but not that deep. Okay. By the way, a nice touch with the Lawnmower Man.
Thank you. I know my Jeff Fahey movie.
But it also shows you read the short story. So.
Oh yeah.
No, I just had I had some quarrels with it because I grew up like these guys watching the cartoon, reading the Chris Claremont X-Men series. Chris Claremont for life, dude.
Shit, son.
And Chris, if you're out there and you're watching, please come back. We miss you.
No, we've seen what happens when he has came back.
Not anymore.
What?
No.
No, he's
Oh,
seen it
yeah?
multiple times.
No.
it's gone
Well,
down.
he's going to be really offended if he happens to
I know.
stumble upon this website of all the fucking websites.
He's gonna be on.
So who are these assholes to judge my artwork?
I created the Dark Phoenix, motherfucker.
I agree with these guys on. I agree with these guys on Priest. Let me see what else they have to say. Oh, what the fuck?
Or no, he Googles himself.
No, go ahead.
Just don't write anymore.
Well, and I guess we're gonna have to talk about this later because this guy back here has actually been schooling me on some other stuff that my knowledge of the X-Men lore really. I mean, it's limited, but at the same time, it's pretty extensive. I mean, I know more than most, but apparently not as much as this guy.
I've read
I'm
pretty much
telling you,
everything
Jared,
up until, like,
Beast's
3 months
real
ago.
name is not Bruce Banner. For the 1,000th time.
And you still like him when he's angry.
And how?
And how?
But did you like it?
Hold on.
Jake's getting comfortable.
Keep in mind, you did go into this movie wanting to hate it.
You
did.
I did.
wasn't the only
You
one.
did not go into this movie with an
He was
open
not the
mind.
only
Or
one.
I wanted
He
to
was not
hate
the
you
only
didn't
one.
think you thought it was gonna
No,
suck.
the whole time, every time, like what last week.
Yeah.
We saw the trailer for this. I'm like, no.
That's exactly the same way that I
Yeah.
thought. I went into this wanting to hate
Yes.
this movie.
Yeah.
I wanted with a passion to hate it.
Yeah.
There's nothing to hate.
The content.
It was an incredibly good
It
movie.
was a well done.
Did it did it follow the continuity of all the comics and all the different
yes.
comic lines and all the cartoons
Yeah.
and all that? No,
Yeah.
it didn't. But that does not make it a bad
No,
movie,
no,
or
not at
does it
all.
make it a bad adaptation?
If that were the case, there would be no good comic book movies.
You know, and like Alex was saying,
Exactly.
it followed the continuity of the movies themselves. So within that, Jesus, somebody's peeling out.
God damn. Oh my Jesus.
Oh, please hit that. Please hit something, you fucking idiot.
Jesus Christ.
They must have just got
I
back
have
from the
never
Furious
wanted to have
5.
sex with a man so bad in my life.
I think-
until after I watched that.
I think we got in the same parking lot as Vin Diesel.
Or
Oh
some
God, can I please kill him?
Right, look out! I'm
Or
Starwood now.
or some douchebag who thinks he is Vin Diesel.
God.
Oh, by the way, there were tons of douchebags in our theater.
Yes, there were.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, those guys.
In our row, there were tons of douchebags in our row, just commenting, and it's just like,
Yeah, where were those guys during the
oh
Hangover?
my God!
Seriously, I would have enjoyed the Hangover so much more had those guys been in there.
There the douches laughing at the same old
Good
jokes.
fucking God. Well, my
exactly.
thing on the movie, I really loved this movie. I didn't go into it. I didn't go into it thinking I was gonna hate it. Like from the trailers, I was like, from the trailers, I was kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, I could go either way.
I will
on
say
that.
this: Hugh Jackman's cameo was fun.
Fuck off.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
That was
That was
great.
that was fun.
That was one of the best cameos I've seen in a long time. That was pretty great.
Oh,
I was
that was
gonna bitch
special.
about how the first class did not have Wolverine.
I
I can't
Can't
bitch
do it.
about
Well,
that.
now what are you gonna bitch about?
Let's see.
The only thing that could really,
Okay.
Alex Summers
The
did-
only thing that I can bitch about was a definite lack of Patrick Stewart. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and agree with Jared. Who did they get off making Xavier walk and have hair like he's a young guy?
and what's with this hitting on all the ladies?
Well, yeah,
shit?
what's
What
this
is
him
this?
being
What
a
is he-
ladies' man?
What is he all of a sudden inherited Austin Powers? Has he got mojo now?
it's groovy.
Xavier has
This
some
whole
mojo.
swinging 60s
Yeah.
shit.
What the hell
What
is
the hell
this?
is that?
I think it was only in the 1960s because they got Betty Draper in it. That's the only reason they had this in that's the only fucking reason. Oh yeah, Betty Draper played a fucking ice queen in the 60s. That's a stretch.
Well, they did get Kevin Bacon in a fucking pretty bitchin' 60s garb.
Yeah. Oh man, when I started loving this fucking movie was actually pretty early on. It was at the camp at the beginning, at the concentration camp with fucking Kevin Bacon on there, fucking Nazi shit.
The footage was from. They actually took the footage from
the first movie.
from the
Yeah.
first movie.
You guys have pointed that out. Yeah.
Verbatim up
Yeah.
to a point,
Up
like
to- yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, all they did,
Up to the
all they
window.
did in the
Up
first
until
scene,
that little window.
all they did in the
Yeah.
first scene was just roll the first scene of the first movie, and then splice in Kevin
Yeah.
Bacon in the window. Done. First scene done.
You guys, pointed that out. I did. It's been so long since I've seen the first
Yeah.
one that I wouldn't have put that together. But the first two I liked. The third one was. But-
Brett Ratner quality.
Yeah, this is the
I
best.
use
This is
the
the
term
sequel
quality
usually.
loosely.
it was no After the Sunset.
Or Rush Hour.
Oh God.
The name that will never be mentioned, Brian.
But
Clearly, the
what
worst
was
of
I
the
saying?
trilogy.
Even the ones I liked, I liked them. I haven't really seen them since. This one here, I would totally fucking watch this movie again. I really fucking love this movie. And yeah, fucking Kevin Bacon, like, is bringing out his inner Peter Fonda. It was just the sideburns and everything, the turtlenecks. Holy shit, it was awesome.
It had a sexiness to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really
that's,
did.
That's what I would
Yeah.
describe. The other ones were brooding, dark. This was
What?
I mean, it's set in obviously the 60s.
Yeah.
That's a time period, but it embraces that. It
It
doesn't.
did
try
a
and
lot more
shy
than the
away.
trailers did.
Yeah,
That
it
was one thing.
embraces, Yeah.
That was one thing that I kept getting annoyed at the trailers, is a lot of the clips they used, I kept looking at people going, they just look like they walked off the set of The Hills. This does not look like Kennedy's America.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
Nobody had,
or even
nobody
the-
had hair buns or anything like that.
even
you know?
like, the London scene at the time. But in watching the movie, they did a lot of
Yeah.
great shit with that. Like the fucking Palisades Park playing and everything in the
Yeah.
in the that brothel. That was pretty great. I dug it. And even a lot of actors that I really love popped up all over the place in this thing.
Cameos all over.
yeah.
Michael Ironside,
Yes.
James Remar is in this. Ray Weiss is in it. Aaron from 24.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, Ron Weasley. Ron Weasley was Banshee.
No.
No,
wasn't he?
No.
No.
That really
That
looked
was
a lot
not,
like
that
him.
was not Rupert Grint.
Oh,
You're confusing your gingers.
well that.
Dude, it was January Jones.
Silly me.
Anyway, I keep cutting you off. So did you like it or didn't you?
I don't know. It was. Out go the lights.
Lights.
Just turn the
Here,
car
let me
on
get-
and off.
Let me get the.
Ooh, it just got spooky.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Always seems
There you
to
go.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
That's how I know we hit the 10-minute mark.
It wasn't as bad as the third one.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad movie.
It wasn't as bad as the third one.
But it wasn't a bad movie.
It just. I don't know. My problem with the X-Men movies is that they could do so much more. Kudos to them though for keeping to Beast's origin. Beast's origin was almost perfect.
If you didn't turn gray like the original comics, sure.
See? There's another reason for you to give it 0 stars.
Oh, yeah.
No,
He was gray.
Shit movie.
I could have sworn that the original Beast was a little bit more deformed than they were showing in there. Because I
Well-
could have sworn the original Beast, yeah, he didn't have his blue hair or his gray hair.
Well, he had
But
big
I could've-
hands,
he
too.
had really big hands.
Yeah,
and
big
they
hands
didn't-
and big feet.
Yeah, big hands and big. Wasn't
You're
his
thinking
arms-
of Turl from
Yeah,
Battlefield
exactly.
Earth.
That's exactly. Battlefield Earth immediately drops in my
In
head
fact, did you
anytime I'm
guys-
explaining something.
did you guys at least think that the big guy was Beast at first? Like the big guy, the
Oliver Platt?
Oliver
the
Platt?
CIA guy.
No.
Oh,
No.
I thought he was Porthos.
I'd seen trailers already.
I thought he was just so. I just thought he came back as his character from. I just thought he came back as his character from 2012.
No, because I will say yes. In the comics, he is a lot,
stockier,
He's stockier.
big, stocky.
but he's also not covered in hair in the beginning either.
Right.
So,
No,
I mean, that
that's-
was
He's also
nice.
not live action either. That's the thing. He's in a book. It's
He's
not.
also fiction.
Oh, I got the perfect idea for the next Marvel movie, and I commented on this a little bit at the end. What I really want is a huge theater screen. All right, now stay with me. Now, I want an interactive comic book in 3D.
Ah, yes.
Now, what I want, okay, is really just like how you would hold a comic book, yes?
Uh-huh.
The exact same size, right? Just like a little book on this giant ass screen. And I want to be able to interact with each page and flip it. And I want to have an option where I can bring a panel down and be like, dude, that's so cool. Oh my God, look at the artwork. He's funny.
So
Flip.
Tron meets iPad?
Exactly.
Fucking
Why
Minority
haven't they
Report.
done
I was just thinking that.
So-
Fucking Minority
yes.
Report.
Exactly. So that
host.
way we can finally have a X-Men or a Marvel movie, I guess, that Jared would like because it's exactly like the comic book.
And we can start with
You
issue
cannot
1
get
just
any
for
more.
you.
You cannot
No.
get any closer to the comic book.
No,
He's right.
Like a giant
That's not
interaction.
true.
You're gonna get so much
That's
shit.
that's
for
not
this.
true.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's not true.
Oh, yeah.
Your
much.
yeah, your boys, they gave us shit for
Yeah,
the.
they're really gonna give a shit.
They're really gonna give us shit this time.
You guys are complete dicks.
Hey,
I'm
everybody,
one fan
everybody,
who's
it's
so
okay.
pissed.
It's okay because Jake is an asshole.
I am a searing asshole. Have none of you ever seen me in anything I've ever been in? Fucking dick. The only difference between me and everyone else is A, I don't fucking apologize for what I said, and B, I will tell to your face, you're an asshole.
Even when you play a robot, you're trying to break up someone's marriage.
Oh, and I did happen to finally read that comment about apparently some guy expected me to always be wearing denim and having a mustache. I guess
That's what your voice sounds
That's
like.
what my voice sounds like. Like I need to get up in the morning and have a delicious cup of Folgers coffee to start my morning day of
So you're the Marlboro man.
lumberjacking.
So-
Is that what
in your denim
and my
jacket,
denim coat, denim shirt, denim pants, denim shoes.
Zero denim, by the
I
way.
have no
Zero
denim.
denim. One thing I do gotta say is like I was kind of cracking a smile a little bit in the scene at the beginning when the young Magneto is in there in the concentration camp with Kevin Bacon.
You mean when they shoot his mom?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Wait, hang on. When dude, hang on. When he's trying to get him to move the coin and to show his power, and then he gets him to do it by killing his mom, and then you find out that we should roll up the windows. And then you see that they've been next to this room the whole time with cleavers, knives, all this shit. It was
I know where you're
I was
going.
like, dude, maybe not fuck with the kid who can move metal.
I know where you're
Kill
going.
his
I know where you're going.
Holy
I know where
shit.
you're going.
Dude, and then, like, you're like, well, okay, maybe it's like bulletproof glass or something like that.
No!
But after he kills his mom, the two walk into this room together. It's like, dude, Kevin Bacon, you're taking a huge gamble here.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
kid could fuck you up.
Why didn't Magneto just kill Kevin Bacon right there?
Well, he
Boom,
had
done.
You wouldn't have been able.
He wouldn't have been able
to.
to. I mean, he
was
when
angry,
he
he
got
was just
that
moving
pissed
shit
off and he
around.
was moving
Well,
random
yeah,
shit
but
around.
I mean, he
could-
crushed.
He couldn't aim it and control it.
I'm just
as good
saying,
as-
he could crush the soldiers' helmets. Why couldn't he have just flung a couple knives? at
because he
Kevin
wasn't
Bacon?
as
He
he wasn't as
crushed-
good
he
as
crushed
he
the
was
helmet.
early.
Bell first.
And then he
So
crushes
that
the
already
helmet.
established that he would be able to bring something in like that.
Yeah.
So going to the soldier's helmet, who it's a fucking helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be able to crush that, but he doesn't have the control to pick up a cleaver and launch it at Kevin Bacon. He
Right.
would not
And
have
plus,
that control.
He does
now
that
why
why
would-
scene at the bar.
You can't. Plus, you can't kill Kevin.
shit.
You can't kill
Was
Kevin Bacon that early in the
Right
movie.
fucking
You go-
dark
You
scene.
can't kill
Kevin that early.
Right
That
before
was
he's
dark
like
as
Magneto.
What's that?
now
Magneto is
awesome.
badass. That
Oh
bar
my
scene was
Holy shit,
terrific.
dude! I leaned over to you. And because the first part of it, it's Magneto, fucking going around hunting down Nazis and shit. Yeah, I lean over to you. I'm like, I could watch a whole fucking movie about this.
Oh, God, absolutely.
Holy shit!
Fucking awesome.
Fucking Magneto hunting Nazis.
And I think, and I think that was another thing I had wrong with it. You know,
Why do they make the Nazis look bad? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry.
Good night, everybody. Wow.
the Nazis were nice guys.
What about all the
You don't want to say that with a haircut, with him in the fucking background.
Yes, please.
No,
Yeah, it says the two men who have shaved heads.
right, right.
That's.com.
us with hair are offended?
Most of us without hair are offended.
Go ahead.
They just kind of switched roles around. Like Magneto for a while became the Wolverine character, the rogue, the off on my own. I'm going to ignore. I'm going to ignore orders and just do my own thing.
Yeah,
Do
he
you
kind of
not
had
know
to turn into
anything about Magneto?
Yeah, I was gonna say he kind of.
That's exactly who he is in the comic book.
He's a villain.
Yeah.
Him
He's
and
a
Charles
villain, but-
Xavier are friends.
Yes.
They've always have been,
Yes.
right? So why are you surprised that in the comics, in the cartoons, everything, Magneto is their greatest enemy? And you expect him to follow orders like some kind of soldier?
I would just.
He's not taking the
He's
Nazis
gonna-
out to dinner.
He's
That's
gonna
the same
he's
thing.
gonna break down like Michael Douglas style and falling down. All of a
No,
sudden.
I would think if anything, if he's going to go busting into that compound, guns a-blazing, like Wolverine would, I think instead of doing that, Magneto would be the type of guy to just kind of sneak his way in, and
That's not Magneto.
That's
No, not
he's
espe-
full of
especially when
He
he's
would
after the
rip
person who killed
every
his
metal
mother.
Object
Oh,
in
okay.
a cert-
Okay.
He would
Yeah.
blast
Okay.
the metal door
Well-
open and come in floating.
well then,
Magneto is
okay,
a badass.
okay, well
Plus, he
then,
wants to make it,
Okay.
like, hey, this is me doing it.
Yeah,
So
this is
people
me.
will
This
join
is
his
nobody
cause.
else.
Okay, okay.
Fair, it's
I'm
fair.
that
I retract, because you are right, but still, maybe if anything, kind of a combination of the two, just like calmly walk up, just be like, oh, hello, metal, you're dead.
Calm
Okay,
is X's thing.
huh?
I was just saying, the calm thing would be Professor X's thing.
Calm as X.
Calm,
No, but calm is also Magneto.
I don't know what which book you were
Controlled
reading.
fury.
He's controlled,
but
he has a
he's-
lot of control, but he uses fear,
Yeah.
and he
Fear
has
and
his own
rage.
agenda.
But he keeps his composure.
yes, he
All right.
When
But if
did
he
he
didn't-
lose
but
his composure?
He didn't lose his composure ever in that.
Yeah.
He did not ever lose his.
He was
Did
he was
get
controlled.
Pissed?
Yes.
Did he get
Yes, he
pissed?
got
and kill
pissed, and
people?
he was just like-
absolutely.
But
and as
that's
far
what
as
I
I'm
mean.
concerned, he has every reason to be. But he
Yeah.
never lost.
I mean, he was
control.
Don't get
smooth.
me
Every
wrong.
motion,
Even
Don't
in
get
that
me-
bar scene when he fucking
Oh God.
that and he pulled the gun away.
Don't get
from
me
the
wrong.
dude.
That shit was awesome.
That was pure
That shit was
control.
awesome.
He never
But-
lost his cool.
But like I said, okay, that scene where they're outside the compound and they're tailing Emma Frost. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Professor X is laying out the plan of the course of action, and Magneto just gets up and he's he might as well have pulled out his adamantium claws and just started ripping guards to shreds. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. That just didn't seem like Magneto to me.
There's
but it seemed like
there's
a
no
very-
point of making it a revenge storyline then.
Yeah.
Because at that point, he realizes he's that close
Yeah.
to the man that shot his mother.
Exactly.
And I don't know about you, but I'd probably be the same way.
Yeah.
But even still, it's not like he ran in there going, "Ah!"
He did.
He might as well
He-
have.
Even when he was
He
wrapping people,
magnetified it.
He's just
whenever
like-
he was wrapping people in barbed wire or doing his shit,
Yeah.
he was in control. He went whap, whap.
Yeah,
done,
yeah, but I mean-
done. Hi, Emma Frost.
Right.
That's what he did, and then he fucking subdued her. And once her little barrier thing cracked,
But-
he stopped,
Right.
sat
Yeah.
down, and had a cup of tea.
Right.
That is motherfucking Magneto.
Right.
Tea
okay.
was delicious.
And the tea was delicious. But I think, but like I said, we all just agreed that his confidence would have been what happened, or would have been more his character. So I think that it would have just been more fitting to have Magneto just like walk up, just like I said, calmly, coolly walk up, and as a guard like approached him, he just like, you're
That's
down.
Well, he
essentially what
still
he
You're
did.
Yeah, he still did it
Those
pretty
two guards,
covertly.
yeah.
Did it quickly.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did it
He did
quickly
it
and
while
got
he
in
was
there.
running.
He,
But
he
he's just
still,
like-
he
he's
still
just
snuck in
He
there.
still was like done,
Yeah,
done,
yeah.
done, done, done,
He
done.
just used
Yeah,
mass
they
with
didn't-
barbed wire and metal.
They
Yeah.
had no
But
idea
he-
he was there.
Yeah.
He never
No.
raged out. He never hulked up. He never ripped out his claws and just.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
it would have been different. That's the thing.
he didn't do that.
With Wolverine, it would have been gunshots everywhere. He was just bouncing off him.
Right.
Not a shot was fired.
knucklehead
that scene.
bump.
Yeah.
Not one.
Knucklehead.
Because he was just like, boom, 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 you're done. You're not even going to get a shot off.
I mean, like,
Wolverine would have gone in, and he wouldn't have given a shit, obviously.
Yeah,
True.
you wouldn't have given two flying fucks. You just would have ran in there.
All depends on the
But
episode.
Right,
still,
and that's what I mean. That's what Magneto did.
Even Wolverine listens to Xavier. So if that now let's put this with Wolverine. Let's take Magneto out of the equation. Let's put Wolverine in there, okay?
Okay.
So they're planning shit, right? Wolverine would not have just ran in there if Charles Xavier was right next to him.
Now, if it was Cyclops,
If
Wolverine
it
would've
was
been,
Cyclops,
"Fuck you."
he would have been gone.
Well, and that's, and
He would
that's
have been
kind
like
of the,
later.
and that's kind of the
Hey,
thing.
Bob, that's Riz.
And that's kind of
That's
the,
Riz.
and that's kind of my
That's
point.
what I do.
That's
What
kind
I
of my
do.
point. Okay, Magneto was just one example. You know, they totally like mixed around characters. Like I said, Magneto seemed like the Wolverine character. Professor X was that Cyclops character. Kevin Bacon was the original Magneto character. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You know, it was.
No, I don't.
Exactly.
It was essentially-
I'm failing to understand what you're trying
It was okay. It was essentially the same.
Cyclops is a fucking stiff. Always has been a fucking stiff. Has always been the big straight-laced character.
I agree.
Professor
Yeah.
X was not a straight-laced character anyway in that
He
film.
could have created Emma Frost out of his ass. That's what.
Yeah. Fucking- Cyclops is a fucking tightwad. Professor X was far from.
Well, maybe so, but I
maybe.
guess I'm talking.
Only 45 plus years of continuity would say otherwise. Just saying.
I am talking about role switching here.
I know what you're talking about, but you're making no sense. Like I can't
how can you-
explain
okay,
how
isn't that a
well they
contra-
played their characters
Yeah.
anymore. Like I'm really failing to understand how I could convey that they were their characters anymore.
Sebastian Shaw was
Like-
a great
like
example
Sebastian Shaw
of
was
Sebastian
Sebastian
Shaw.
Was
Shaw.
Sebastian Shaw,
Yeah.
Professor
And he
X,
was a great example of why Kevin Bacon is awesome.
Kevin Bacon should just be in
I don't
every
know.
movie from now on.
I don't know. Like I
The
said,
problem with
like I said,
Sebastian Shaw
Seba-
is he's a little thinner than he is in the
My-
comic.
my-
Jump back.
my,
Jump back. Oh, no, you
oh, jump
didn't.
back.
Yeah, he is thinner.
Oh.
Not as muscle. Not as
Oh,
muscly.
no.
Okay,
You know what,
that's
you're-
not accurate.
you're
But that's
going
what I'm
into
saying,
Jared
though.
territory.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Sebastian Shaw. Okay, Sebastian Shaw was wearing the helmet, you know, and you know, just like standing in that reactor. It just, I don't know. He just gave me that Magneto vibe.
It's because he was wearing the
That's 'cause he
helmet.
was
wearing his
No,
helmet.
not because he was wearing.
The helmet that is
not
not
because-
to Magneto's image. Yeah, that was exactly like Magneto.
Not because of the helmet. Not because he was the
Was it
villain.
because he was holding on to two bars and looked like he was powering up, almost like the first X-Men?
Partially.
You gotta let that go.
Partially.
That was
Partially.
11 years ago, sir.
Partially. Okay. That was partially. That was part of it. But I mean, just as, like I said, his mannerisms, is you know, the whole "we are the future" thing, and again, yes. And then once Shaw was dead, Magneto adapted that persona, and
He never adapted it.
He never adapted
Yeah.
it.
He had it the
always
whole
thought
time.
that. The reason he doesn't trust humans because he was a child during the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Gee, I have no understanding why he would not trust people.
And I mean, honestly, he said it himself. He's like, I agree with you 100%, but I'm gonna kill you because you killed my mom.
Yeah.
Had he
I
not killed
agree
my
with
mom,
you.
they probably
Right.
would have
But I'm
joined
going
forces.
to kill you.
Yeah.
Just like they did in the comic.
So
But
exactly.
that doesn't
Would've
mean
joined
he
Hellfire
took on
Club.
his persona. There was his ideal.
it's not an
Which
original
that was
idea.
that was so brutal.
that
Yeah.
coin.
Yeah, holy
Yeah.
shit.
God.
Oh yeah.
God,
That was terrific.
that was so
shot,
good, and
too.
it's not like it's bloody or anything.
No.
It's just
It's just
fuck
it's,
me.
And the
And the
The
entire
image.
time, fucking Xavier has we're spoiling. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
he's got a
But the
mind
entire
link,
time he has
spoilers, by
like the mind freeze
Yeah.
on Shaw,
so he's
and
feeling
fucking
it.
and fucking Magneto's monologuing, and he just shoots the Nazi coin,
Yeah.
just straight through his fucking head.
He doesn't even shoot it. He just
kind of
pushes it.
pushes it.
Yeah.
pushes
He just
it
pushes
towards
it.
Forces
his
it
Yeah.
right through.
Holy
the
fuck,
entire
that was
time,
brutal.
Xavier has this dude under mental
Yeah.
lock, so Xavier is feeling the pain, but he never lets go of the
In
fucking
that
thing.
Yeah.
So
and the editing
basically,
is the shot, just
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
back and forth as
Oh,
the camera's working
shit.
between
That was-
Shaw and
that
that was
Xavier, just going
phenomenally
backwards.
well done.
Oh, yeah.
Xavier's a hard ass, dude. There's no way in hell.
Yeah.
Like, if
No
I
fucking
had
way.
special mutant abilities that I could free somebody and has Brad, because it would be Brad, slowly push a Nazi coin through somebody's head to kill them. There's no way in hell I'd be like, "Ow, you dick!" and that would be it.
Finally got
Caligula coin.
That's what I was thinking at the beginning when the coin went to the,
yeah.
the coin flew at the screen with the black background. I was like, oh sweet, this movie's gonna be really graphic.
Bring on Emma Frost.
there is a lot of violence in it.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, but it's
A lot of it's relatively
it's
bloodless.
bloodless.
It's
Yeah.
bloodless,
But it's
yeah,
still,
there
I mean,
was, there was
when he's dropping guys, just
Yeah.
just
out of the
bouncing them out of the
sky?
sky. That,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was terrific. It's raining white people up in here.
Now, how come you liked it in this movie but not in The Happening?
And I will explain this right fucking now. Because that movie was good. The Happening was the worst fucking movie I have ever had the displeasure of seeing by my fucking self in a theater. That movie was terrible. Oh my god, the plants are gonna kill us. Really?
Jake, the trees are listening. Quiet. Roll up your window.
I'm sorry, Tree. Jake doesn't mean it. Please do not kill us. Please.
Why would you even bring that up?
I have no idea because I don't like The Happening either. Well, although I do think it makes a great comedy.
Oh, it does.
Hysterical.
I'm not watching it.
Where'd the
again.
bees go, Jake?
What? Alright, so
Fuck Mark Wahlberg. Fuck the grass. Fuck you, tree.
No, he doesn't mean it, Tree.
Moss.
He doesn't mean it. Please don't kill us.
No, it's okay. I'm normal. Hell, Blackwater. Keep on rolling.
oh shit! That is normal. Come on in. Fuck. All right, so let's get final thoughts on this thing. I really loved the fucking movie. I actually enjoyed myself in this one better than I did the other ones. I really did. I really fucking dug the shit out of this thing. And this has so far been not the best summer for movies. Well, except for you. You've liked everything we've sent you to. But for us,
Oh, God.
it hasn't been that great. And this,
seen
dear
most
God, this was really fucking good. What'd you think? Final thoughts?
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed the hell out of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, all kidding and being angry aside, the movie was absolutely terrific. I'm glad that I actually went to a midnight showing with you asshole. And the movie was good.
And not in 3D.
And not in 3D.
Thank God.
And not
Yeah.
Priest.
or pirates.
I mean, I'm deeply sorry for missing The Hangover 2. And what was it?
This movie's better than The Hangover 2.
You think? I hated The Hangover. I hated it the first concept they came up with it. Let's watch it again and let's not change a fucking thing.
See now, maybe that's just all that was missing. Like it just being in Bangkok. That's it. Yeah, in the first one, we were like, man, this would be a little bit better if it was in Bangkok.
That's exactly.
if we set this in a shitty third world country, it'd be great.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, this movie was very good. Was it exactly like the comics, the cartoons, any of that shit? No. But the adaptation that they did in regards to this movie was done very, very, very well. And I'm actually a little bit surprised that I saw a good movie with you, because
Me
that
too.
has not been my experience through the several years that I've known you. I don't watch good movies with you.
We watched Toxic Avenger together.
Okay, sans Toxic Avenger.
That is a classic.
Cannibal Holocaust. That was a great movie.
How about you?
Yeah, I will say, like I said, I went into it annoyed with the little continuity things they did, you know, and I just, like I said, I was not wanting to really see it because I was a big fan of the original continuity, but I gotta say I'm glad I did,
Yeah.
because it was really good. It was really well done. It was paced well. They fleshed out the story really well. Kind of had some nitpicking on as far as like special effects. Maybe it was just the screen.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe it was the screen. Oh
Yeah.
God, here we go.
Oh.
Maybe it was just the screen and how close up we were.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough to make me not enjoy this film.
Same. I'm
I
used
can
to
see
not
that,
really
yeah.
liking CGI all that much, so a movie can have not the best special effects, and I'll still like it if the rest of it's good enough. How about you, Dean from Community?
No, a long time X-Men fan, I very much enjoyed it. Very much in spirit of the books. And I was hoping to like it because after the last two really shitty, really disappointing X-Men movies, you know, fucking Wolverine and fucking
forgot
X-Men.
about Wolverine.
I
I forgot about that.
Oh God, I can't. It fucking haunts my goddamn dreams. Oh, Deadpool. What did he do?
Let's not get
Sorry.
into that. We can take another whole
Yeah.
hour for that.
But yeah, I very much enjoyed it. The story was great. As a whole, good effects. Nice to see some different X-Men characters we haven't seen before.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
finally we got some fucking Havoc.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sugar.
And a little
No,
Emma
you
Frost action. And finally, a villain that's not fucking Magneto in one of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Kevin
That was-
Bacon.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking bacon.
With Magneto's helmet. You know, for Jared. And so yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, so what were you going to say?
Well, I just wanted to real quickly mention the special effects nitpick. Beast's makeup whenever he turns blue and everything.
No.
Did anybody else find that a little cheap?
Not really. I mean,
It seemed to-
not that I noticed, and I mean, I don't like CGI to begin with, but
But I mean, like
it didn't strike me as looking.
I don't.
I didn't really notice because of how close we were and
Yeah.
how they did the transformation. I was like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is going
Yeah.
on?
No,
And
not-
then he's blue.
not
William
so much
Shatner?
that. No, not
William Shatner.
Oh, shit.
not so much that. I'm talking about whenever he's in the hangar and he reveals himself, and you know, it's literally like, you know, he's got one of those like
Vampire teeth things.
vampire teeth things.
I did, yeah. He
Yeah.
did kind
Did
of. It was
You notice
different. His talk, like he couldn't open his mouth. all
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they
Kinda,
dubbed
yeah.
so they dubbed his lines. They had to have, because with that thing in his mouth, there's no way you could understand him.
I
hadn't really noticed that.
I didn't. No.
I'll
And
take that
it
next
wasn't. And it
feeling
wasn't
back.
all the time either. I mean, there was other times. I don't know what they did, but there was other times where his mouth was moving. But maybe they CGI'd it, but there was other times where his mouth was moving fine and it synced. But you're right. There was a couple scenes where it didn't seem like his mouth was moving enough.
Yeah.
It didn't open enough for him to vocalize.
Right.
What he,
Right.
what he's actually saying.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So at least, at least I'm not.
I did notice that a little bit too, but if that's the worst thing in this movie,
No, it's
I
not
can
the
deal with
worst.
that after X-Men Last Stand.
It's not the worst thing in the movie, but you know, it's just one of those. It's just one of
Yeah,
those
the
little
Nazis
things.
are the worst thing
It's
in
just
the
one of those
movie.
little.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nazis
Okay.
suck.
Now for my final thought. Let's put it this way. X-Men 1, X-Men 2, X-Men First Class, Tilt Down,
Yeah.
Tilt Down,
Oh, okay.
X-Men 3.
Well, X-Men 3 is down there.
So
Where's Wolverine Origin?
I didn't see that. I didn't
That
see.
would have been even lower.
Yeah, probably would have been even
It would
lower.
have been slightly below the Fantastic Four Roger Corman.
So
Electra would be low it though.
Yeah. Right
So-
there with Elektra.
given that, it's okay.
was better than you thought it would be.
It was okay.
Finally, we see a movie that Jared just like, eh.
If he's saying it's okay, it means it's better than he thought it would be because I had to beg you to come to this movie.
You did.
You've been spending like the past few weeks like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking seeing it. I'm not fucking seeing
it's
it.
nonstop about it.
And once again, Jared had a differing opinion from us, so this is not a big surprise. I'm gonna like that again. He's our counterpoint.
Yes.
It's always good to have Jared along as a counterpoint.
We're all the point. He's
the counterpoint and who we send to the movies we don't want to see.
The rest of it, voice.
But it works out for him though. It still fucking works out because he likes them.
God damn it, it's not gonna work out if there's a Smurf.
I'm dreading the Smurf review. I really am.
There's a
He might just have us go see it just because, even if it's not a midnight one.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking about it so goddamn.
Yeah.
I would.
You know what? Oh, real quick though. I did make the joke. How hilarious would it be if we come out
In blueface?
all shocked? If we came out all shocked, just like this was the greatest movie ever.
Citizen Kane, sit
I
down.
wanted to hate it. I really wanted to hate it. I couldn't do it.
All right, well that's all we got. So see you next week.